Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Dirt Grain Steel. So, don't mind the floor; it's a little bit dirty down here in the basement workshop. So, what I'm going to be doing this evening is my good friend John asked me the other day how I make 1/64th scale driveways and parking lots, make them look like limestone. So, that gave me a good idea. I'm going to make a video on it. So the way I do this is first I start with some Tidy Cats cat litter here. You can get this at Walmart or anywhere, and really probably any cat litter will work. But I buy Tidy Cats because I like the square buckets and I use them for other things. So first thing we need to do, we'll take a coffee can and we'll get us a scoop of cat litter out of here. Then what we're going to do is I have this nice box lid here. I use it for quite a few things. So what I'm going to do, I'll take this box lid, and I've got this just common kitchen strainer screen deal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of that Tidy Cats litter, and I'm going to put it in that strainer, and I'm going to sift it out. And actually, by sifting it out, you keep the whatever them crystals are that make the cat litter smell good. You keep them out of your stone. Now you can buy, I think it's Woodland Scenic scale limestone for your driveways, but you really don't get a whole lot for your money's worth. So this way, you can get quite a bit out of a bucket of kitty litter. So what we'll actually do is I'll sift this out, and we'll get us a nice amount here. And I'll actually keep this bigger stuff. I have some other screens that'll actually get this blue stuff out, the smell crystals or whatever they are. And I'll actually make a few more sizes of this with my other screens. And I'll end up with some material that looks like this, which looks like riprap or bank armor for ditches or whatever you want to call it. And then I'll use that on other projects. So we'll just take this, we'll dump it over the side. And we'll get us some more here. So let me get some of this sifted out, and we'll move on to the next step. Well, now that I've got my stone that we're going to be using sifted out, I've put it into this large hole like salt shaker. You can pick these up at any cooking aisles. I think I got these at Walmart. They're not very expensive at all. I've got a couple different ones. Or what I also do is I take these fabric freshener softener pellet container things, and I drill holes in the top of them and use these as shakers to shake out material on different projects. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our Mod Podge. I like using this stuff. We're going to take that. We are in the basement, so you're going to hear the well pump kick on and off once in a while. Take that, get this opened up. It's a little nasty on top, the cap is. We're going to take a piece of our foam. I like to build everything on this foam board. You can pick this up in 2-foot square sheets at your home improvement stores. I know Lowe's carries these. They're called project panels or project sheets. I usually just buy the 2-foot square, or you can buy a 4x8 sheet if you want to. But I like working on these because if you want to dig a ditch, you can dig a ditch in them. If you want to, stick the toothpicks in them to make little corn stalks like I do, you can do that. They're just a real nice option to have to be able to make things a little more dimensional. So we're going to take our Mod Podge, and we're just going to paint it on like so. Now we want a fair amount, but we don't want too much. And I've already taken a Sharpie and I kind of marked out what size of driveway I want here. As you can see, and you just drag your Mod Podge right along your line. Yeah, the secret is we don't want this too thick on here. If you get it too thick, it does funny things, and your cat litter gets clumpy, and you don't get a nice driveway look to it. I'll show you. I've actually got a one of these prepared that I done a few nights ago, just so I could show on the video. I could do this video all in one night and show you what it looks like. So I did go over my line a little bit, but that's all right, because we'll a lot of driveways aren't perfect anyways, but we could also cover that up with some fake grass or something like that. So I've also prepared a little bit of what I call railroad ballast. And the deal with the railroad ballast is, you'll see me on my channel sometimes, we'll haul that in and build driveway base with it, or parking lot base out behind farm shops and stuff like that, or even put it in farm shop, or in, not farm shop buildings, but cold storage buildings for equipment storage. Makes a real nice base. And what that is basically, it's pit run gravel with a little sand in it, and then cinders and ashes and stuff from like the steel mills. And years ago they would actually build railroad beds out of it. Well, when them railroad beds got ripped out in the 50s, 60s, they left them abandoned. They took all the railroad ties, they took all the steel, they scrapped that, and they left the railroad bed. Well, some of them railroad beds come up for tax sale, and we'll buy the railroad bed, we'll clean all the railroad stone up, railroad ballast, clean the trees up, and then either sell it to an adjoining landowner or do something like that with it. But we haul off the railroad stone to use it as driveway bases. So that's what I've got in this container. I've actually mixed it with coffee grounds to give it that railroad ballast look, because it is some limestone, and so you need to have a little limestone in there to kind of pepper it. But for this one, we're going to do pure limestone. So all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to shake this out on here. Now you can go pretty thick, because only so much is going to stick anyways. So go fairly thick. And then what you're going to do is, what I do is, I got just this pack of heart markers here. I just take it and simply press it down on there. Now you could use, just a piece of wood or something like that, but I like to just firmly press it down. So there we go. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like when it's all said and done and when it dries. So let me move this one over to the side. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to dump this right on, well, I don't really want to dump it on my workbench here. I get this tote lid, I'll dump it in. So what you can do is, you can either take a vacuum cleaner and sweep it off, or you can just, if your piece is small enough that you're working on, like just a small diorama, you can just take it and simply dump it. And that's what we end up with. A nice looking 1/64 scale driveway. We'll even set a tractor on there just to make it look pretty. And we'll set the 620 and the grinder mixer on it. Looks beautiful. I think it looks really good. Now another thing you can do is, if you're not quite happy with the thickness of it, you could always spread another little bit of stone over the top, and you could take some spray. What I do is I take school glue and I mix it with a little water, and I put it in one of these little spray bottles like this, and then I put my stone over it, and then I'll spray it a few times with that, and then just let it set. And you can actually build it up a little bit. You can put another layer on it if you would like. So turned out real good. I think it looks good. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of driveway work on this diorama that I'm making. This is actually going to have this little corn crib on it. Once I get this corn crib finished up, I got to add some more details to it, and I want to weather the roof. But I'm going to set this on here like so. It's going to be the concrete foundation for it. And then I'll put some limestone here. I'll show you what the one looks like if you use for railroad stone. Let me get a little piece of scrap here. Now we have railroad stone out behind our shop because of all the tracked equipment that we bring in and out. We've got actual limestone up to the front of the shop, and then we went with railroad stone because it's going to get dirty anyways from all the tracked equipment from the excavating. So this is what the railroad stone or railroad ballast would look like. So there you go. That's what it would look like. Let me pat that down with my. What did I do with my? Oh, here it is. Kind of flatten it out a little bit. That's what it looked like right there. So anyways, if you like this episode of Dirt Grain Steel, if you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. Or if you just enjoyed watching a video with me on Sunday evening, leave a comment if you enjoyed it. And if you really like the video, go ahead and subscribe, because maybe I'll do some more. We'll see what happens. So anyways, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next one.